Michael Jordan is considered by most NBA fans to be the greatest player ever. Now, rings aren't the only thing that define a player, but the fact that Jordan won 6 is a pretty amazing accomplishment, especially considering that he won those rings while going up against some of the greatest players in NBA history. Players like Stockton, Malone, Ewing, Barkley, and others never won a championship, in part because of Jordan and the Bulls. But what if Jordan never won a championship? How would that have changed the course of history? Let's find out. Before we get started, make sure you watch till the end of this video to see how you can get free NBA tickets from Game Time, who was kind enough to sponsor this video. Game Time is the easiest way to buy event tickets. There is a link in the description to download the app as well as our discount code, which we'll talk more about at the end of this video. We'll start first with the 1991 playoffs, Jordan's first championship. The Bulls marched all the way to the finals in pretty convincing fashion, which became the norm for them. They swept the Detroit Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals and met up with the Los Angeles Lakers in the NBA Finals. Now, this was towards the end of the Showtime Lakers era. Kareem was gone and Magic would soon retire. This was their last hoorah. Let's fast forward to Game 3, when the series is tied at 1 game apiece. It's the fourth quarter and the Lakers are up 2 with 10.9 seconds left. The Bulls have the ball. Whose number do they call for the last shot? 23, of course, Jordan. And he delivered. Jordan hit a shot and sent the game into overtime, where the Bulls won and took a 2-1 series lead. But let's say Jordan misses that shot. The Lakers win the game and they go up 2-1. The Lakers got blown out in Game 4 and, even worse, lost James Worthy and Byron Scott to injuries. Worthy averaged over 21 points a game that season, and Scott averaged over 14, so this was a huge blow. But let's say the injuries are somewhat minor. Both players still miss the rest of the game, and the Lakers still get blown out, but those two are able to make it back in the following games. The series is now tied 2-2. It's now Game 5. The series is tied and the game is tied at 93-93 with 4:35 left. Over the next 4.5 minutes, John Paxson, of all players, scores 10 points, hitting shot after shot. On the other end, with Worthy and Scott gone, the Lakers run their offense through Sam Perkins, who misses 3 shots and a free throw. But let's say John Paxson doesn't go crazy and the Lakers have James Worthy on offense. The Lakers win and are now up 3-2. The Lakers close out the series and win the championship. Magic Johnson wins his 6th ring and 4th Finals MVP award. Magic is already in most fans' top 10 lists, but this definitely adds even more to his legacy. Okay, now let's move on to the 1992 playoffs. In the Eastern Conference semifinals, the Bulls met up with Patrick Ewing and the Knicks. This was a hard-fought series. Patrick Ewing averaged 22 points, 11 rebounds, and over 2 blocks per game, and the Knicks took the Bulls to 7 games. In Game 7, Jordan was on fire, scoring 42 points on over 50% shooting. The man could not be stopped. But let's say he could be stopped. The Knicks pull out the win and move on to the Eastern Conference Finals, sending Jordan and the Bulls packing. From here, it's a little harder to predict. The Knicks would face the Cavaliers in the conference finals. The Cavs took the Bulls to 6 games in their original series, so they weren't a pushover team. With Brad Daugherty, Mark Price, and Larry Nance, they could go head-to-head with the Knicks. They also had the second best offense in the league, behind only the Bulls, and would have home court advantage. For argument's sake, we'll give this one to the Cavs. Now, as part of the NBA's worst nightmare, the NBA Finals features the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Portland Trail Blazers. It's hard to say who'd win this one. The Blazers had an elite team both offensively and defensively, would have home court advantage, and featured the great Clyde Drexler. We'll say the Blazers win this series. Drexler gets his first NBA championship and wins Finals MVP. With 2 rings and a Finals MVP, would Drexler move up anyone's all-time list? Moving right along to the 1993 playoffs, the Bulls again faced the New York Knicks, this time in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks go up 2-0 in the series. They get blown out in Game 3, but still lead the series 2-1, thanks in part to the fact that Jordan has struggled mightily in Games 1 through 3, shooting only 30% from the floor. However, after seeing the New York newspapers blasting his horrible performance in the series, Jordan went off in Game 4, scoring 54 points on 60% shooting, tying the series at 2 games apiece. But let's say Jordan continues to struggle and doesn't score 54 points. The Knicks win Game 4 and take a commanding 3-1 series lead. Let's fast forward now to the final moments of Game 5. The Knicks have forced a shot clock violation and have the ball with 28 seconds left, down by 1. Ewing gets the ball to Charles Smith with 14 seconds left, but Smith misses 4 chip shots at the rim in 10 seconds, and the Bulls get the ball back with 4 seconds left and close out the game. But let's say he makes just one of those shots. The Knicks now go up by 1, possibly 2 since the refs easily could have called a foul. With only 5 to 10 seconds left, the Knicks put the hammer down on the Bulls and win the game and the series. They now move on to the NBA Finals, going up against the Phoenix Suns and league MVP Charles Barkley. This would have been an awesome series. The best offense in the league going against the best defense. Basically, this would be one for the ages. Who would win? Well, denying an MVP his ring is hard to do, especially since the Suns would also have home court advantage. So, we'll give this one to the Suns. Charles Barkley gets a championship and Finals MVP after averaging 27 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal in the series. Charles Barkley, NBA champion. That has a nice ring to it. Kevin Johnson, an underrated player, would also get a ring. This is fun, isn't it? Now Jordan retires for a while and decides to get his mind off basketball and his struggles in the playoffs. He comes back, and the Bulls make a deep run in the 1996 playoffs. Once again, they face the Knicks, but the Knicks just don't stand a chance here. The Bulls win easily and sweep the Orlando Magic in the conference finals. It's now the NBA Finals, and the Bulls get ready for the Seattle Supersonics. The Bulls win Game 1 pretty easily, but Game 2 is much closer. With 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game, the Bulls are up 6. Over the next 4 minutes, the Bulls miss 5 free throws and a shot from the field, giving the Sonics a chance to win the game. However, the Sonics failed to capitalize on their chances, missing 5 shots of their own and failing to get crucial rebounds and a jump ball. The Bulls win and take a 2-0 series lead. But let's say the Sonics make some of those shots, including 3 3-pointers. They win the game and tie the series 1-1. The Bulls won Game 3, but the Sonics won Games 4 and 5 and now go up in the series 3-2. Now the Bulls beat the Sonics by double digits in Game 6 and won the series, but let's say the Sonics ride the momentum from winning 2 in a row and close out the series in Game 6. Now, Gary Payton and Shawn Kemp, 2 all-time greats at their position, have a ring, Payton with 2, and Shawn Kemp wins Finals MVP after averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game in the series. Even Detlef Schrempf's legend grows as one of the greatest sixth men and foreign players ever. Hey, maybe the Sonics even stay in Seattle. Too far? Okay, let's now move on to 2 of the greatest finals series ever, starting with the 1997 finals, where the Chicago Bulls were pitted against the Utah Jazz. Stockton and Malone versus Jordan and Pippen. Phil Jackson versus Jerry Sloan. A legendary matchup. We'll start with Game 1. The game is tied with 35 seconds left. The Jazz have the ball, but Stockton misses a bad 3-point attempt. With 9 seconds left, Karl Malone is fouled but misses both free throws. The Bulls get the rebound and Jordan hits the buzzer beater to win the game. But let's say Stockton hits that 3, or Malone doesn't choke and makes those free throws. The Jazz win the game and go up 1-0 in the series. The next 3 games play out as normal. Chicago wins Game 2 and Utah wins Games 3 and 4, taking a 3-1 series lead. Then comes the flu game. Theoretically, Jordan should not have played this game. Whether it was the flu or food poisoning, he was in no physical condition to play, but it's the finals, so he plays. After all, by our record, it's an elimination game too. So it's the fourth quarter. The game is tied with 46 seconds left. Jordan hits a huge three-pointer that gives the Bulls a 3-point lead with 15 seconds left. Ostertag gets an easy dunk to cut the lead to 1, but on the other end, Kukoc himself gets an easy dunk to put the Bulls back up by 3 with 6 seconds left. The Jazz get a look at a 3, but Hornacek misses it. Then Stockton is fouled and has a chance to cut the lead to 1, but he misses a free throw. The game is over. But let's say Jordan misses that 3 because, well, he's friggin' sick. The game is tied, Ostertag dunks, the Jazz go up by 2 with 15 seconds left. The Bulls play the foul game, but the Jazz hold on to win the game and the series. Wow, Stockton and Malone finally get their championship. Karl Malone even wins Finals MVP. Doesn't that feel good? Stockton and Malone are champions. No more wondering what could have been or where they really rank in history. Rings aren't everything, but they sure do make it easier to back up the talk. Now, could they win another one? Funny you should ask, because in the 1998 finals, the Utah Jazz and Chicago Bulls meet up once again. This is Jordan's last chance. After a long 7-game series with the Indiana Pacers, the Bulls are on the cusp of a championship. The Jazz win Game 1. It was close, but they got it after Pippen missed a potential game-tying shot at the buzzer. It's now Game 2, and the Jazz have a 1-point lead with 1 minute and 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Bulls miss 2 shots, and Karl Malone pulls down a big rebound. There's now 1:11 left in the game. And then, disaster. Stockton turns the ball over, Jordan hits an and one, and the Bulls are up by 2 with 47 seconds left. Karl Malone misses a shot, and Steve Kerr hits 2 free throws on the other end. The Bulls are now up by 4 with 19 seconds left. The Jazz are inbounding the ball, but it's stolen by the Bulls. From there on, the Jazz play the foul game and end up losing. But what if Stockton doesn't turn it over, and Karl Malone doesn't miss that shot? The game could be tied at least, or they could even have the lead if they got a good shot off the non-Stockton turnover. If everything goes right, the Jazz win Game 2 and take a 2-0 series lead. The Bulls win Games 3 and 4, including a blowout in Game 3, to tie the series at 2 games each. However, the Jazz come back and win Game 5 to take a 3-2 series lead. Now, Game 6. The game. The one that basically defined Jordan's career. The game is tied with 59 seconds left. Stockton hits a 3. The Jazz are up 3 with 41 seconds left. What could go wrong? Jordan hits a shot to cut the lead to 1 with 37 seconds left. And then it happens. The steal, the shot, the end. The Bulls win their 6th championship. But let's say Jordan doesn't steal the ball from Karl Malone. Malone makes the shot and puts the Jazz up by 3 with 19 seconds left. Maybe Jordan still makes that 2-pointer, but with a few seconds left, they play the foul game and the Jazz make their free throws. The Jazz win the game and win the series. Stockton and Malone get their 2nd NBA championship. Karl Malone wins his 2nd Finals MVP award. Now what do we say about Malone? Missed free throws, costly turnover? Nope, it's clutch play, big shots. He's easily a top 3 power forward, no question. Maybe even the greatest. Both Stockton and Malone might even crack some fans' top 10 lists. Either way, they're champions. They were not denied. Or at least that's how it could have gone. Magic now has 6 championships. Drexler has 2, Barkley has 1, Gary Payton has 2, Shawn Kemp has 1, and Stockton and Malone have 2. Unfortunately, Ewing never won, but this was all based on supposition, so he could have won a ring too if we played the cards differently. Either way, it's fun to see how history could have changed. Do you think we got it right? Who do you think would have won? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you follow us on social media to get updates as soon as we post a video, and follow me on Twitter at mtv_Sydney. Now, about those free tickets. If you haven't heard of the Game Time app, go download it right now. There's a link in the description. Game Time is literally the easiest way to buy tickets. You can see the view from the seat before you buy, pay by taking a picture of your debit card, which then remains on file for future use, and you don't have to print anything. There are tickets available right now for literally $9, and if you use the promo code MTV, you'll get $10 off your purchase, which means those tickets are free. You're welcome, have fun. We've posted a full review of the app on our new Gaming and Apps channel, so check out the link in the description to see that and get more information on the app. Again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.